Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, how are those workshops? Thumbs up, claps. What's up? Workshops were good. Hey, virtual audience. So, we are going to do a reflection today. We are going to spend just a little bit of time doing reflection. Dr. Hinton has told me that we have worked tremendously hard. We have worked our uh, conference participants tremendously hard. So he assured me that we were going to keep our reflections very brief today. So if there is anyone in the room that has a reflection, we are going to take a reflection or two from the room, and then we're going to take some virtual reflections. Chantel, you'll be manning the virtual reflections. Is there a reflection in the room from today's learning experience from the summit? Shirita Lane, right here, raise your hand. I saw you raise your hand. We have a reflection right behind you. There you go.
Thank you. I just have some reflective words that I wrote down. Bold, radical, transparent, action-oriented, and intentional.
Thank you. Excellent reflection. Anyone else? This table?
I got you, Mr. Hinton. So he came to the table and we thought it was just a little conversation we were having amongst our table. However, when he got up, he told us, you know, I'm calling on you, right? So, I've enjoyed yesterday's workshop. I've enjoyed today's workshops. And today, basically what I shared with the table was for the speaker in the workshop to say that yesterday, and then for Mr. Wesley to say the same thing was just more so of a confirmation moment to me. And I'm simply speaking on the aspect of our society and our culture, basically the Blacks, we're so judgmental that if we see an issue with someone or something, the first thing we do is point the finger and say, what's wrong with you? Not what happened to cause you to be that way. It's those underlying things that we need to start paying attention to. It's that internal thing that we need to start paying attention to, because once we draw those things out, that's when we'll be able to solve the problems of what's going on in our world, in our community. And I believe that poverty in that aspect will begin to dissolve. It will begin to end because we'll have a better outlook, a better approach to the situations instead of being so judgmental. So I appreciate this seminar. I honestly do. Thank you.
Thank you. That's an awesome reflection. So when we get a better consciousness about our experience, when people learn better, they do better, don't they? We know that if we're parents in the room, right? Yeah. Anybody else? So I'm going to defer to Chantel for our virtual, nothing virtual. All right. Yeah, this gonna be good, y'all. Dr. Smith remember I told you he's gonna keynote tomorrow. We're really excited about it.
How everybody doing?
Good.
All right. I don't want to say a lot because I got a lot to say tomorrow. We always hear the words, speak truth to power. I want us to take it up a notch. What we're going to do is bring action to power. See, people used to hearing, and then they'll let you talk and talk and talk, and then they know you'll go away. We're going to talk about that. But just like everything we just heard, it's this boldness, it's this transparency. So the first person we're going to have to look at is I. We're going to have to see what's wrong with us. How can we fix us? But then what can we do to that next level? We're always asking, what's the why? And so I'm gonna tell everybody this, because the shirt I've been seeing, the mask I've been wearing says warrior. And the beautiful thing why I came here for all 3 days, usually as a keynote, you come in, you go out. Well, when I do keynotes across the country, that's what I do. And I talk tough and then I leave. But this is one where I'm gonna talk tough, but I got to stay. And not only am I gonna stay, but my feet is on the ground. You know they on the ground. But when I see warrior, this is what I'm gonna ask of you. What are you willing to do? And this is what I tell people. If you're not willing to die, you probably don't want to roll with me tomorrow. But I'm telling you to tell everybody to come to listen, because we're gonna say some stuff that's gonna make somebody mad. If somebody don't walk out when I'm talking, I probably didn't do what I'm supposed to do. And it might be you. So when we talk about what did we get? Oh, my young lady right there, she just said it. Everything I've been listening to with all of the speakers, all of the keynote speakers, this was like the stuff I was writing. And I was like, I got to take it up another notch. I was gonna ask you, I got 2 speeches prepared. I was gonna say, you want the red pill or the blue pill? But I already know which one you want. So I'm telling you, come tomorrow, because you're gonna get what we've been getting and just a little bit more.
That's awesome. You've been warned. You've been warned. So Chantel, anything virtual? So we're not gonna belabor everyone to, oh, Solania, we have a comment right here. One of our planning coalition members, Solana Ramos Patterson.
Hi. My name is Solana Patterson. You messing my own name
I
up.
know.
Solana Patterson Ramos. I am the director of community outreach for MKE Black, which is a business app you can download, as well as we do programming. But my comment is, I was in the workshop with Jamal Smith, who's the Dope Business. And I think the one thing that's missing, and his title is he's from the Department of Violence Prevention with the city of Milwaukee. And so I think the one thing that's always missing is a lot of people don't even know how many resources are out there in the city. And because of that, they also cannot, how can I say, we need people to know the resources that are in the city so they can support it and they can defend it. So talk about in action, a lot of times we are pushing for more money for that department, but not that many people even know about the city hall meetings that go for that, all the other background meetings that are happening. One organization to really follow is the African American Roundtable, who keeps pushing for more money to go to community organizations and community departments. And I just think that if we know these things and we know what's going on, then we can defend it, and then we can try to get more resources, because it's power in organizing, right? We know that more numbers that we have, the more things can get done. And so I really research the African American Roundtable, the Department of Violence Prevention, which has the Blueprint for Peace, thank you, which is available at 414life.com, as well as MKE Black. We're also an organization you can look up to, but I'm more like the community organizations that are really trying and being out there. Research them, defend them, send letters to your aldermen, send letters to whoever you need to, and make sure that we can get more money into their hands to help our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Solana. So many people, let's just qualify that. So we all have social media accounts, and we frequently see people, when we see them talking about stolies, talking about what are these young people doing, and we frequently hear people critique people who do the work or organizations that do the work. Like, what's the Office of Nonviolence Prevention or Violence Prevention doing? Where they at? But few of us respond. I know I do, because y'all know I'm that chick. I send the 414 Blueprint for Life to people so that they know and they can be informed before the next time they critique. Because, I always say it's hard out here. It's daunting doing this work, and you need to be uplifted whenever you can. And part of uplifting is informing, right? So are there any more questions? Any more remarks, reflections? Y'all good? We doing good so far? Awesome. So You got anything for me? So Dr. Hinton has graced us with early release today. We worked hard. We took in a lot of information and we made it happen. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the Summit on Poverty 2021. If you're not here, get here. Tomorrow's the last day, y'all. And our featured keynote in the morning will be Mariah Parker, who is a commissioner from Athens, Georgia, who is a young person who was marginalized and in self-advocacy, learned how to advocate for herself and subsequently became a commissioner. And then in the afternoon, I'll let Chantel pick that up for me.
So that's actually what I was coming up here to talk about. So I just want to make it clear, especially for those of you who are watching virtually, to understand the differences of how we are going to shift from the Summit on Poverty to the SDC annual meeting. So the Summit on Poverty will continue through the morning until 11:30. And so we're going to have our keynote speaker, which Abra has already spoke on. Then we're going to have a round of workshops. We did add a couple additional as well. So you'll see that reflected inside of the Hoover app. And then we're going to, at the end of those workshops, we're going to shift over into the annual meeting. So if you have not registered for that, you want to do so because that is a separate ticket. So if you're virtually watching, make sure that you register for that. You still can do so. It is completely free. Just make sure that you register for that virtual ticket to attend the SDC annual meeting. As well as if you are here with us and you did not purchase that ticket, make sure you do so we can have you accounted for, because we will have plated lunch tomorrow. So it's going to look a little bit different than with the lunch that we had today. And so that keynote speaker for our SDC annual meeting is going to be that gentleman that you heard speaking just a little bit before. Dr. Smith is going to be speaking. So you definitely want to be here for the SDC annual meeting. We're also going to go into some things pertaining to SDC. So you're going to get to learn a little bit more about who SDC is, what it means to be a commission, as well as a community action agency. You've already heard some of that today from Attorney Hall, but we're going to get into some of that, talk about what our own strategic plan is for the future. So what is SDC doing? We're having this Summit on Poverty. We're talking about poverty. We have these workshops and we're doing all this stuff, but what is SDC doing about it? That's what you're going to hear about tomorrow. So please stay tuned, stay with us, make sure you register for the annual meeting, and we'll see you tomorrow.